So airlines are scrambling to accommodate travelers amid the Gauteng travel ban. On Sunday, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that no leisure travel would be allowed in and out of the province. Let's speak to Kirby Gordon from Flysafair now about how they are handling the situation. Thank you so much for making time, Kirby. Welcome to The Lead. Obviously, the airlines are affected by these restrictions, including even the curfew. What changes have you had to make as a result of the lockdown and us moving to level 4?
Absolutely, Clement. I think you rightly identified earlier that the restrictions under level 4 have included a limitation of travel into Gauteng, and specifically not for purposes of leisure. There are several reasons why people can still travel into or through Gauteng, but leisure is not one of them. And this has had a significant impact on our business and on our industry at large. So at Flysafair, what we've done is we've had to trim our schedule slightly. You mentioned the curfew changes, and of course that also impacts flights, particularly those later on in the day. And then we've also had to open up the option to all of our customers to do penalty-free changes for later dates, and of course to have refunds to wallet on their flights that they may have had planned for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I've seen when I was flying around is the stringent measures in terms of safety protocols, not just around the airport, but in the flight as well. Changes have had to be made around food, whether you can eat or not. Can you get the magazines? Tell me about what you have reinforced now. Did you keep those the same, or did you have to introduce more stringent safety protocols, looking at how we are seeing a surge in cases?
Absolutely. So, we started flying on the 14th of June last year, just after the lockdown had been lifted, and we've been flying ever since then. And I'm actually quite proud to say that, we've implemented some good and strong plans from the beginning, and there's actually been, I don't think, any scope to be able to be any more stringent on those. Catering is a great example. It's actually now part of the law, or been part of a directive from the Department of Transport, that no catering can be served on South African flights. It's unfortunately just a space that's open for shared contamination surfaces, especially when you're buying and selling food. And by the same token, of course, it's also a reason to remove that precious mask during the flight process. And it's that was a tough call that we had to make, for example, because there was a time when airlines were permitting catering on board, and we had to take the decision to say, well, what's right here? We believe that actually it's better to forego the revenue that we might make on that catering and rather just not do it. So there are a number of measures in place, and we've just got to be absolutely zero tolerance on making sure that we do them perfectly each and every time.
Yeah. So a concern that some people will share is around the tickets that they've already purchased. And we often see penalty fees that are attached to the tickets that they purchase. What have you done as Flysafair to deal with that aspect? Have you dropped those?
Yes, we have. I mean, it's always a very tricky scenario because obviously, we plan businesses based on what you expect those ticket rules to be. And naturally, we don't receive any state funding or anything. So we need for our businesses to be sustainable in the long run. But we have taken the decision to accommodate all of our passengers and our customers, and hopefully that buys some favor for us in the long run. And so what we've done is we've dropped all of our penalty fees. So customers can make changes where they can confirm for flights at a later date without paying any penalty fees, regardless of the type of fare that they have. Or they can do a refund to wallet, what we call a refund to wallet, which is a full refund in the form of a credit that they can then use. They just have to use it within the next 12 months, as in purchase something within the next 12 months. Yeah. And they keep their full value.
Yeah. Have you received information from the Civil Aviation Authority on the documentation that is needed? I'm not sure if it's still the same as last year when you travel, and obviously you can leave or come into Gauteng for leisure. How are you dealing with that at Flysafair? Is there information guiding you in that respect?
There is some information. I'll be honest, we are waiting for a little bit more clarity on some of it, but the Gazette that was gazetted on Sunday evening did have some information inherent to it. And so what we've actually done is created tools on our website, which are available on our homepage at flysafair.co.za. You can use them, anyone traveling on any airline or through the province for any reason is welcome to access those tools. And effectively what they are is there's a particular permit that you use if you're traveling for work purposes, which asks obviously for details from your employer. And then there are a couple of other affidavits that need to be created, which you then need to go and swear in front of a Commission of Oaths or a Justice of Peace. And those cover issues like traveling for education, relocating, traveling to care for a loved one who might be ill, and several of the other permissible reasons to travel through Gauteng.
All right. Thank you so much for making time. Kirby Gordon is with Flysafair.